Have you ever felt that the world has stopped turning? Or that for a brief, fleeting moment you exist between the pages of history, somewhere deep in the shadows where time itself holds its breath and waits for a command to continue? This story belongs to the night, a tale whispered by the wind from November 14th, 1943, set in a small, forgotten railway station somewhere in the heart of Europe, where the air is always cold and heavy with a thick gray mist that clings to the ground like a ghost. The rain falls from the charcoal sky like old memories, washing over the cobblestones, creating a rhythmic, hypnotic tapping sound that echoes through the empty platform, a sound that seems to say that everything is washing away, everything is fading, everything is becoming quiet. There is a man standing there, a solitary figure, with his collar turned up against the biting wind, clutching a worn leather suitcase in his hand that feels heavy, not just with clothes, but with the weight of 1,000 secrets and 1,000 miles traveled. He is not running anymore. The chase is over. The urgency has dissolved into the mist, and tonight he is simply waiting for the midnight express to take him away to nowhere. Far away in the distance, cutting through the thick fog and the heavy silence of the night, comes the low, vibrating hum of a steam engine, arriving not with a roar of power, but with a gentle whisper of steam and steel, a sound that promises safety and escape. The train comes to a halt, the heavy iron wheels settling on the wet tracks with a deep metallic sigh. And as the traveler steps inside, the cold, biting wind is instantly gone, replaced by a warm, stagnant air that smells of old oak, polished leather, and the faint, comforting scent of pipe tobacco from years gone by. The lights inside are dim, glowing with a soft amber hue that casts long, gentle shadows across the narrow corridor, flickering slightly, as if they too are tired and ready to rest. He walks down the hall, the floorboards creaking gently and rhythmically beneath his boots, a sound that feels familiar and grounding until he finds his compartment, a private sanctuary where the world outside, the war, the spies, the chaos, the noise is locked away forever, leaving only silence and the soft plush velvet of the seat. He sits down, sinking into the cushion, feeling the weight of the suitcase leave his hand and the tension leave his shoulders, exhaling a long, deep breath as the whistle blows, a lonely, hollow sound that echoes through the valley and signals the beginning of the long journey into the night. Slowly, very slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the train begins to move, the wheels finding their rhythm on the tracks, a steady clack-clack that sounds like a lullaby of steel, a rhythm that mimics the beating of a calm heart. He looks out the window, but outside there is only the vast, consuming night, where shadows of ancient trees pass by, fading into the darkness like thoughts drifting away before sleep, and the blurry lights of distant farmhouses flicker for a second before vanishing forever into the past. Everything is moving backward, leaving the history behind, while the rain taps against the glass like 1,000 tiny fingers playing a rhythm designed to soothe the weary mind and heavy eyes. The traveler leans his head back against the seat, his eyes feeling heavy, heavier than they have ever felt before, as the sound of the train becomes a heartbeat, steady, reliable, constant, and unstoppable. He thinks about the map in his pocket and the mission he has carried for so long, but tonight none of that matters. The papers are just paper, the maps are just lines, because tonight he is just a passenger floating through time, drifting deeper and deeper into the safety of the night, where no one can find him and no one needs him. A soft knock on the door breaks the silence, but it does not startle him. It is a gentle sound, and the door slides open to reveal an old conductor with a uniform from a different era, his face kind and etched with the lines of 1,000 journeys and 1,000 stories.
He does not ask for a ticket, nor does he ask for a name. He simply nods and speaks in a voice low and gentle, a voice that sounds like the rustling of dry leaves, telling the traveler to rest because the night is long and the destination is still far away, perhaps eternally far away. As the conductor closes the door, the traveler is alone again, but he feels safe, protected by the motion, protected by the wood and the steel and the shadows. The rain gets heavier outside, creating a blanket of white noise that wraps around the train, isolating it from the rest of the world, while the sound of the engine becomes deeper, more bass-heavy, rocking the compartment back and forth like a cradle, back and forth, back and forth. The traveler's eyes close completely now, his breathing slowing to the rhythm of the wheels, inhaling the calm, exhaling the worry. The darkness behind his eyelids is no longer scary. It is soft, it is welcoming, a velvet blanket wrapping around him, warm and secure. The train enters a long tunnel, and the sound changes to a deep, low hum, a vibration that travels through the floor and into his bones, making him feel as if he is floating, weightless, drifting away from the station, drifting away from 1943, and drifting into deep, restful dreams where the war doesn't exist. The wheels continue their song, clack, 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 a mesmerizing loop that pulls him down, deeper into relaxation, deeper into the void of sleep. There is no destination anymore, only the journey, only the motion, only the peace of being nowhere and everywhere at once. The rain continues to wash the world clean, the steam continues to rise into the night air, and the traveler continues to sleep, undisturbed, safe and sound in the heart of the midnight train. The hours pass like seconds, melting away into the rhythm, and the only thing that remains is the feeling of total and absolute peace. Sleep now, traveler, for the night is yours, and the morning is a lifetime away. Good night.